Good afternoon and welcome to TLP. I am Professor A and I am joined as ever by Professor Dogger, the Malinois of Melody, and on the other side of the world, Professor J. How are things on the other side of the world, Professor J?
Scorching hot. Lovely and hot. How's it
Yeah,
with
we're
you?
avoiding that Gulf Stream and all that.
Yeah.
So
All
we
right,
get
today's chord. I'm diving straight in.
you are.
Today's
Oh
chord,
no.
I'm going for a D with an added ninth. So it's just like an A-shaped D. Just leaving that note there. And it's a note that the cult, it's a chord that the cult use all the time. And in fact, it was I read somewhere that it was part of Billy Duffy's kind of an in-joke that he was trying to do as many songs as possible in G, C, and D.
Yeah.
If you look at the chords, they are
Mm.
primarily all three chords, and they're all
Yeah, I saw the quote for that. I don't know if I've actually got it noted down, but you said something about, I think I have got it written down. Yeah, his quote was, I took a perverse pride from writing as many top 20 singles as I did using the same three chords. AC did it, AC/DC did it, and Metallica did it too. So, yeah, simplicity, always best. Just like that song we're working on at the moment ourselves. Simplest thing ever.
I think we spoke
Yes.
about Ian Astbury in the last episode. Should we speak a little bit
Yes,
about William Duffy?
let's do that. Let's do that, yes.
Okay. So he was born in 1961, William Henry Duffy. He was born and grew up in Manchester, England. He started playing the guitar at the age of 14, influenced by Queen, Thin Lizzy, The Who, Aerosmith, and Led Zeppelin. He personally influenced Johnny Marr to play the guitar from his Manchester influence.
Yeah.
And he encouraged Morrissey to make his first foray as a singer frontman with a post-rock act entitled The Nosebleeds.
That's interesting because obviously it's Johnny Marr's a very different style of guitar player to Billy Duffy.
He's very flexible though,
Right.
Johnny Marr. And although the period that we're going to talk about today, the electric period, was very rock and roll for the Colts. If you look at the earlier stuff, it is very more jangly poppy. So it's not
Yes.
so dissimilar from what Johnny Marr has played in the past. And I mean, let's talk about guitars for a second. So,
Oh, let's.
what guitar do you see Billy Duffy with? But what's your vision of him?
Well, the classic one is, was it a Gretsch White Falcon or something?
Yeah, it is the Gretsch White Falcon.
Yeah.
So he's renowned for playing that. So it's got a wangy bar, a wiggle stick. I mean, it's a beautiful guitar, great big hollow body. It's a real top of the range Gretsch. It's a real piece of art, the White Falcon.
Mm.
But really, for this period that we're going to, again, electric, they went for a more focused rock style. And Billy Duffy, as far as I'm aware, he played mainly Gibson Les Pauls during this
Yeah,
time.
that's what he's got on the cover of Sonic Temple, is him doing a
That's
wonderful
right, doing
job
that
with a
classic thing.
yes.
And he has had, I may have mentioned in the last one, but he has had a couple of signature Gibson Les Pauls, and there are a couple of others in the works. But the thing that interests me in watching the videos for these songs, I forget which one it was, but in the video, he's shown playing a White Falcon, so not a Les Paul. And then as it flicks between different things, he's also playing a black one. So he's playing a White Falcon, switches, he's playing the black one, switches back, and he's playing a white one.
Continuity.
I mean, he's a brilliant guitarist. Really, really amazing what he can do with three chords.
Yes.
Okay, should we dive in? So we are now in the 1987 album Electric, which they produced with Rick Rubin. And when they went and sat down with Rick Rubin, he wanted to have a more stripped back rock,
Yes.
straightforward, direct AC/DC. In fact, he showed them. Do you have the quote? He showed them a song by, was it Blue
Blue
Cream?
Cheer.
Blue Cheer.
Blue Cheer.
So I'd
Yes.
never
I
heard of.
don't know
Have you,
anything
have you
about it.
listened?
No, I haven't. I should have done.
I listened to their most popular song, which is a cover of something, but it's just a 3-piece, and it's straight rock. I think they did a cover of a Kink song or something, but it's just straight down the line rock, and they were really into that, and that was something they said at the time. I remember a long time ago reading an interview with Billy Duffy, and he said that, and this will come on to this, so it is relevant, that when they recorded Electric, they were just drunk the entire time. And he said, looking back on the album, he feels his guitar playing was terrible. And I think this was during the sort of probably Sonic Temple, or maybe even Ceremony period, so a few years later. And I remember him saying that he's a lot more thoughtful about how he plays the guitar now. And he said, the phrase I remember was, he said, "One good note is better than a million widdly notes."
Very true. Very true.
But it was also the same interview, which I've got a clipping of somewhere, where Ian Ashby said, "The music that we're making now is eternal. People are going to be listening to it in 2,000 years' time."
Highly likely. I don't think there's going to be any people in 2,000 years' time.
Yeah, not the way it's going. Okay, so the first song we've chosen is Wildflower. So again, it's the Electric album, 1987. Should I just dive into some lyrics?
Yes, do.
Okay. Hey you. There's a lot of this. There's a lot of hey you wah-wahs. Yeah. So, hey you, you're a wild honey child. I'm out of control every time that you're near me. I'm a wolf child, baby, and I'm howling for you. My heart beats faster. Hey, hey, and it's overpowered. Wow.
I think it'd be better if it started off with "Oi, you." That'd be much better.
What you?
Oi, oi, you.
Oi, you.
Sit down.
Okay, so he's talking about this wild honey child. He's out of control every time he's near this person.
Yeah,
What's
I mean, this is interesting. It's because, this is where he introduced his sort of alter ego, the Wolf Child. And he explained to Mojo magazine in 2016, "It was my persona for when I'd stepped over the line of making sensible choices." So this is the Wolf Child, the nascent Wolf Child in action. And he is thoroughly obsessed by this wild honey child, whoever she or he may be, presumably she in Astbury's case. Although I have seen it suggested that Wildflower is actually referring to drugs, obviously, because it's a rock song. But
that is, I mean, let's
opium.
I hadn't thought of that. So let's talk about Wildflower. What does Wildflower mean to you?
Oh, it's a plant which grows out in the country without any human intervention, kind of thing. So,
right.
I guess it's similar to sort of calling someone a flower child or whatever in the 60s. It's the same kind of.
Yeah, I don't know, because a flower child just means someone who's very peaceful and happy and smiling and open and a pretty soul, whereas Wildflower is something that blooms without help from other people. I see them as quite different.
Yeah.
So what do wildflowers traditionally symbolize? Do you know?
I don't. And we haven't actually got to Wildflower in the lyrics yet, even, but yes.
Oh, well, let's dive in. The symbolic meanings include happiness, joy, and remembrance.
Right.
They're a welcome sign of spring and summer. They represent strength and perseverance in the face of adversity. Others are linked with healing, renewal, and the circle of life.
Lovely.
Yeah, lovely. I'll go on to some more quotes in a bit. Okay, more lyrics. Here's the chorus. I'm a wolf child girl, howling for you, wildflower, star of my dreams, the most beautiful thing. Yeah.
There isn't much to say about these lyrics, you know. I mean, you've picked some crackers, you really have.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll do another verse.
This boy meets girl, turns into a wolf child, and howls a lot, isn't it? Really.
Yep. Sounds good.
Yeah.
You, sweet sensation of a nation, oh my soul, you're a perfect creation. You're an angel baby, and I'm crying for you. My heart beats faster. Yeah, hey, and I'm overpowered.
What do you think about this overpowered line? He's now used twice in the song so far.
He's mad for her.
I mean,
what do you think about it?
yeah, but overpowered to me sounds like a sort of a negative thing. Whereas
Okay.
it's
Back
not
to
like
the
I'm
drugs
full
reference.
power, baby, but overpowered is. Well, if someone is overpowered, it means they're sort of taken down by circumstances or people around them, doesn't it? Be overpowered. I don't know. I think there could be some. It's probably one that means two things. It's a yodeling to a hot mama and taking the drugs, isn't it? It's both of those things, I think.
A bit of both. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a famous poem which is called "Hearts Like Wildflowers" by Nikita Gill, and she says, "Wildflowers are strong enough to rise again after being trampled upon, tough enough to weather the worst of the summer storms, and able to grow and flourish in even the most broken places. That's the heart of a wildflower." Professor Dogger agrees.
Yes, you're whispering in my ear then. Yes.
And then Sandra Bibb, quote from Sandra Bibb: "No matter what conditions look like around you, keep on believing, keep on persisting, keep on going, keep on growing. Just like wildflowers grow wherever they choose, no matter the conditions. Be becoming all that you were created to be and become."
Wow, that's motivational, man.
Yeah. So it's an upbeat motivational song. What we're learning.
Yes, sure. It's about achieving something.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to run through some more lyrics, although I think they're all repeats. I'm a wolf child girl, howling for you, wildflower, star of my dreams. I love you every hour, wildflower. Burning down the night, set the world alight. Yeah.
Oh, that's new. Mm.
I mean, do you want to go back to my favorite subject of how many words there are and how many of them are unique?
Absolutely. You haven't actually done all the unique words there because it ends with crazy about you, yeah?
Yeah, well, I wasn't done yet. I wanted to throw it in as an amuse bouche
Yes,
halfway through.
I would love to. I would. Oh, okay. Words total.
Yes.
85.
177.
Okay.
Unique
words. I'm going to say 30.
58.
Ooh, wow. This one's actually you really spent some time on this one, didn't you?
Yeah, you worked hard.
Good stuff.
So that's it. Another thing, and then you're crazy about you, yeah. Crazy about you, girl. Crazy about you, yeah. Crazy about you, yeah. So this is very typical cult of the electric period. It's sex, drugs, rock and roll, women, a lot of woo yeahs, and his wolf child person. I mean, this is kind of when I discovered the cult. So this for me
Right.
is everything about them. So I discovered them at this period, and I kind of went back in time to find out about the Rain, the Love album. So this for me is quintessential cult. In fact,
I think for me it was Sonic Temple.
All right, so even later.
Yeah.
So I had this the album cover, you know, the sort of classical CULT. I had that drawn on my school books, on bags and things.
Excellent.
I had it everywhere. Yeah. There we go. So it's a song about a girl with a small proviso, might be about drugs. Is that it?
Yeah, I think we should mention the music as well. 'Cause we've mentioned that they were simplifying and stripping everything back for this album, but you don't get much more stripped back than this riff to this song, which is brilliant. I think it's just repetitive and basic, and it's brilliant. Playing it.
Try and work it out. Yeah, it's like DFG.
Oh wow! So not even.
Yeah, I can only see 3 chords in it, so it's not a C, it's a DFG.
It's an F. Wow.
Yeah, minor third. But that implies it's in a chord of D. It sounds to me, with my almost accurate hearing, that it's in D minor. Whereas GCD is, of course, in the key of G.
Of course, I knew that.
Of course. All right, let's go to the next one. So now, for me, so we're going to do the next one, which is Lil Devil. Lil Devil. For me, this is the quintessential Cult song. Discuss.
It could be. I think it's difficult because they change styles so much between Love and Electric, and then presumably Electric, and although Ceremony went back to being less straight on, balls to the wall heavy metal stuff.
I mean, so it was always my favorite Cult song when I was young, and I guess what I'm trying to say is it's a real rocking song, and I thought it would be the one that had the potential for staying as the quintessential Cult song, which is now She Sells Sanctuary. Clearly, the number of times that you hear She Sells Sanctuary, which is from the Love album, a more poppy type album than this sort of more hard rocking. So that surprised me that actually this wasn't as big as I thought it was. And actually, looking back on it 30 some years ago, it's not this song that's stayed. It's not Firewoman. It's not, potentially in the longevity of the songs, it's Rain, it's She Sells Sanctuary, and maybe Rain that have stayed around a lot more than this, which I think was their kind of biggest hit at the time.
Right. Okay. Didn't realise that. I was, when I was listening to them a lot when I was a teenager, I would have thought Firewoman would have been the quintessential one in that. But then it's just because where we discovered them, as we've mentioned. So.
Well, I remember reading the review of Firewoman in whatever music magazine when it first came out. I remember it saying blah blah blah, good song, but lacked the killer hook to make it an instant classic like Lil Devil, quote unquote. And I'm not sure if that stood up, but for me, Lil Devil is the quintessential song.
It's another very simple song. Yeah.
It is in DCG, and there's something interesting about the way that Billy Duffy arranges things, in that when he goes into the solo, changes to A. So they change tonality for the solo, which gives you that bit of a kick. So it's all DCG, and then
sounds like witchery.
Yeah. So that's a different scale. All right. Lyrics. Let's go. Yeah. First one. Okay, next. Living in a shack in a one-horse town, trying to get to heaven for the sun going down. Lizard in a bottle, yeah. Busy in a haze for 40 days. Hey there, little devil. I'll just finish off. Come on, little devil, be my little angel. Come on, little devil, be my angel. Ow!
It's actually be my angel. Ow.
Be my...
So,
No, angel comes
angel.
comes later on, I think, doesn't it?
Was it? I don't know. Definitely, he definitely sticks a in there at some point because he's just got to have another
Yeah.
One is not enough.
That was a
Yes.
Okay. So he's living in a shack in a one-horse town.
Yeah, a one-horse town is a very sort of a famous, presumably from Western films, description of a town which ain't up to much.
Yeah.
I guess. Why Mr. Astbury from up north in England is living in a shack in a one-horse town somewhere, I don't know. He's trying to get to heaven before the sun going down. I don't think he's just embarking in some debauchery, isn't he? That's what he's hoping to do. Very reprehensible all round.
What's this lizard doing in a bottle? Poor lizard.
I don't know. Obviously, it has some reminiscence to a worm in a bottle of tequila, but that's obviously not a lizard. Perhaps he's referring to himself as a lizard and he's always in a bottle because he's always drunk. I don't know.
Well, actually, there are drinks with lizards in the bottle.
Oh, that's horrible. I like lizards.
So, lizards, particularly geckos, are believed to have powerful energy, also known in Chinese as qi. So theoretically, the more geckos you stuff inside the bottle, the more energy you can absorb by getting drunk. So there are lizards in bottles.
But the less chance you have of getting drunk because there's not room for any alcohol in it.
We have to drink more bottles. And he says, "Hey there, little devil, be my little angel." So who's this little devil?
Well, I think we need to go back to the line after Lizard in the Bottle. Dizzy in a haze for 40 days. Where's this 40 days come from? Here we go. This is the really exciting thing. Do you know how many times? I haven't actually noted it down, so there's no point asking this. But many, many, many times in the Bible, something is described taking 40 days and 40 nights. It just seems to be biblical speak for a long time.
I thought that was just Alibaba.
No, I can give you a few notable examples. The flood, Noah's flood, 40 days and 40 nights that rainfall lasted for. Moses, when he was getting his 10 Commandments, spent 40 days and 40 nights on Mount Sinai preparing for it. Spies of Israel spent 40 days and 40 nights scouting the promised land beyond the Jordan River. Goliath whipped up on the Philistines for 40 days and 40 nights before some little chap with a stone in a leather thing took his head off. Elijah ran for 40 days from Queen Jezebel until he reached Mount Horeb. You one on me. Miss out a couple, but I think the one this refers to is your baby Jesus. Before he began his ministry, was said to have spent 40 days and 40 nights in the desert communing with himself and that kind. And during this time, the devil, appeared and tempted him. So I believe that this would be the he's been here 40 days. Hello, little devil. There you are, coming to tempt me. So that's the reference here, I think.
Right. Okay.
Wasn't expecting beautiful references from Astbury, but then he did that Judith one as well. So,
that is interesting. Yeah, I hadn't really picked up on that. So what do you think the other reason is?
So what's the other reason for what?
What little devil is.
Oh, your sound's popping in and out. Are you having problems?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, your picture's frozen. Okay, we'll carry on for now. Well, obviously he's referring to a woman he wants to be his partner in the future, and he's calling her a little devil because she's a bit naughty.
No.
Oh, okay. Don't know.
So the Little Devil is from a whiskey called Fireball,
Right.
which has a little devil on the front. So it's a song all about drinking.
Okay. Fair enough.
Getting drunk. Yeah. So that's what I think it is, and from what I've read, that's what it's about. It's a drinking song.
I couldn't find anything about the meaning of this song anywhere. I really couldn't.
Really?
Yeah.
Search Little
Oh,
Devil,
yeah.
Little Devil Fireball.
Right, I shall do at some juncture, yes. Okay, good. Happy to take your word for it, but I think the 40 days thing is definitely a biblical reference to temptation,
definitely.
which ties
Yeah.
ties in with that. So, yeah.
Let's go for some more lyrics. Oh, she came on with an alligator's smile, dynamite lover, scorpion child, trying to get to heaven before the sun goes down, yeah? She came on with a cyclone kiss. Hey there, baby, don't you never miss. Lizard in a bottle. Oh, yeah. And that's it. Come on, little devil. Yeah. Be my little angel. Yeah. Do you want to do the word counts?
Oh, let's. Let me have a look. Oh, it's not many, is it? Blimey. I'm going to stick with my 85 that was so wrong last time.
It's 155.
Okay. Unique, we'll go 45.
55.
Same as the last one. Perhaps he was working to a scheme for the electric album.
Yeah. Oh, it was 58 last time.
What was it now?
Yeah. So for me, this is Dizzy in a Haze means he's drunk for 40 days.
Yeah, certainly. Yeah.
Yeah.
We actually did a cover version of this, didn't we?
We did. We were Dizzy in a Haze, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, and it was a guitar-lele version, if I remember right.
Of course. All best covers are. And it fits the vibe of the album. Very rock. Rick Rubin, just a bit wild, and like say the Wolf Child, they're going off their heads. Interestingly enough, they are both now long sober. In fact, Billy Duffy, I think a week ago or 2 weeks ago, was showing off his 30-year medallion. So he's been sober for 30 years. So that puts it to 93. So this is 87. Sonic Temple was 91, and that was kind of their last album before they split up before 99. So I think they kind of exploded as Billy Duffy got sober, and they went in different directions. It kind of matches with what happened to the bass player.
Yes, my old mate Jamie. Yeah. Full disclosure, I worked in a software company with Jamie Stewart for about 3 years, I think. That's what he did after he was a musician. Yeah, absolutely lovely chap. Nicest guy you could ever meet. Not the sort of all-out rock star you'd expect by any means, but a very, very, very nice gentleman. So, yes, I'd like to know him. Anyway, move to the next one.
Yep. So the next one we've chosen, again from the 1987 Electric album, is Aphrodisiac Jacket. So I'm just gonna. No, I'm going to talk about the mute. No, I'll come back later. Let's go for some words. Ow, ow, ow. Then we've got sitting on a mountain, looking at the sun. Plastic, fantastic, lobster telephone. Drive on baby through the electric night, all the way sister in the taxi of life. We pause there.
Yes, let's.
What's all this about?
Well, the first line we've kind of discussed during a Lana Del Rey song earlier. All these
Ow,
people
ow,
who
ow.
write their lyrics. Well, no, not that bit. The sitting on a mountain looking at the sun. All these pop and rock stars seem to like to put staring and looking at the sun in their lyrics, but it's not a good idea. Don't anyone do it just because Ian Astbury tells you to stare at the sun. Yes, I guess it's just sort of sitting somewhere remote, looking at something bright, just sort of gives you a position in life, as well as a geographical position when you put that in lyrics. Plastic Fantastic. What do you know about that?
Nothing.
No, me either. Really. There is a book which is about some scientist chap claiming he'd made superconductors out of plastic. It's called Plastic Fantastic, which obviously he hadn't. It was a hoax. But that unfortunately was after this, so I thought that would be a reference, but it isn't.
Right. Okay. So big fraud.
So I don't know where Plastic Fantastic came from. There's lots of references to various things on the web, but they're all post this song.
Right. Okay.
The lobster telephone, also known as the aphrodisiac telephone, hence aphrodisiac jacket, as you and everybody no doubt is aware, is a surrealist object created by Salvador Dali in 1936 for the English poet Edward James. And it's a telephone with the an old style rotary dial telephone with the handset receiver being replaced by a lobster, as you do. So it's surreal for the sake of being surreal.
Okay. Do you know why he created that, or his reasoning for creating that thing?
Well, I know his quote. He wondered why, when he asked for a grilled lobster in a restaurant, he was never presented with a boiled telephone.
Yeah.
I don't know if that counts as a reason for making that at all. I have no idea. That's very strange.
What do we know about Salvador Domingo Felipe Jacinto Dali y Domenic Marquis of Dali of Pubol?
Well, I didn't know he had that amount of names. He was a surrealist artist of sorts. He had a mental wife, I believe, called Gaia. Might have got the wrong person there, not sure. Yeah, he's just a wacky, weird guy with a silly moustache.
Yeah, I mean, really, I didn't realize he was still alive till the 80s. So he was 1904 to 1989. Surrealist art. He did films as well, and he was kind of a big deal. Right? One of the biggest artists of the 20th century, if not the biggest, arguably. Okay, let's get some more words going on. Cooking in the kitchen, insects on the bone, hazy lazy, dream world dripping on. Ow. Waiting for a time bomb, yeah. Tick 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 away. Something on the radio, yeah. Drip 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 all day, yeah.
Yeah. Well, the first line is another reference to the aphrodisiac lobster, or whatever it's called, the lobster telephone. In 1983, he said, I do not understand why when I ask for a grilled lobster in a restaurant, I never served a cooked telephone. I do not understand why champagne is always chilled, and why, on the other hand, telephones, which are habitually so frightfully warm and disagreeably sticky to the touch, are not also put in silver buckets with crushed ice around them. The insects on the bone is referring to a picture he did of the lobster telephone in 1935, which showed the lobster surrounded by flies in that drawing.
Okay. So this one typically, the words in this one talk about dripping, dream world dripping, time bomb, drippy drip drip. For me, that refers to his famous thing. his repeated use of the clocks. He's got this famous picture of the clocks that have gone
Yes.
droopy and are flopping over.
Persistence of time.
Yeah, but my point being is it's not. That's the picture that's famous for that, but it's in multiple pictures, as is what you were saying about insects on the bone. So I think that might even be in the persistence of time as well, if I remember correctly. There are ants crawling over bones, if I remember correctly, from the persistence of time. So persistence of memory, sorry. Persistence of memory is 1931. Lobster Telephone, 1936. So this is basically a song about Salvador Dali and his weird stuff, right?
Yes, but we missed a lot. Well, you didn't miss it. I forgot to comment on it. Back in the last verse, "Drive on, baby, through the electric night." Do you know about the electric night?
No, I do not.
It's a picture, another piece of art by Helmut Middendorf. In this, sinister figures move through the darkness of night like modern-day natives, dancing wildly in the glare of the stroboscopic light. It's basically a sort of draw artistic impression of hedonistic nightclub life kind of thing. It says here the electric night is the portrait of a subculture and a lifestyle marked by drugs and alcohol.
Drugs and alcohol. There's a theme.
Indeed, yes.
There's a theme.
Theme throughout all rock music, I think.
1979. Electric night. Okay. Where did we get to? Drip, drip, drip all day, yeah. We've got more Drive On Babies. The sunshine glows, but nobody knows. The nighttime's gone. Keep driving on, yeah. Then another bit. Aphrodisiac jacket. Napoleon machine gun. Living on a subway, yeah. From dusk till dawn, yeah. So aphrodisiac jacket. What do we know about that?
Yeah, I don't. Well, aphrodisiac obviously is from the Lobster Telephone with its alternative name. I don't know where jacket comes from.
Well, there is an aphrodisiac jacket, so it is another piece of work. So it's a tuxedo jacket covered with liqueur glasses containing peppermint. A liqueur endowed, it seems, with mildly aphrodisiac virtues. So it's just a jacket with like lots and lots of little little glasses touched all over it. This jacket has the arithmetic advantage of the paranoid critical number games and combinations that can be evoked by the anthropomorphic situation of the glasses. The myth of Saint Sebastian offers us a similar case, objectifiable and measurable pain thanks to the number and position of the arrows.
Wow.
The aphrodisiac jacket is included in the category of thinking machines. It may be worn for outings on evenings, meteorologically calm, but pregnant with human emotion, provided that the person wearing it be transported in a very powerful machine traveling very slowly, in order not to upset the liqueurs.
Well, I don't know.
More 1936 madness.
There's some crazy cats back there.
Yeah. So that's aphrodisiac jacket. What about Napoleon machine gun?
I'm sure this is completely wrong, but one of the devices which was considered to be approaching a machine gun was first used in the Napoleonic Wars. Something which could fire multiple rounds per second. Just came out briefly before the Gatling gun, but I'm sure that's not what it is. I couldn't find.
That's all I could find. I couldn't find anything else about that. Couldn't find any piece of art or something like that.
No. Living on a subway from dusk till dawn would suggest he's homeless, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, Dali did some weird stuff, right? So I could imagine him living outside just to understand what it's like. Again, there's a quote I remember from him that I've not looked up, but stuck with me, that when he was in his teens, he push one of his best friends. I can't remember, like off a bridge or something. Something that would really hurt him, not kill him, but significantly hurt him.
That's
And
all
he was
right
asked
then.
why. Yeah, he was asked why he did it, and he said that he wanted to see the expression on his face because he was interested in how it would look in terms of his art.
Right.
So he used to
So
do some.
he's basically a psychopath.
Yes, yeah,
Cool.
yes. Okay, more lyrics. Push baby, push push, yeah, push baby, push push push, yeah, ow, etc., etc., etc. I don't think there's anything else new.
No.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
this is a.
do the word count.
Oh, there's a lot of pushes. It's
Yeah,
big,
baby,
isn't it?
yeah, ow.
Yeah, I'm going to say 125.
That's 184.
It's not doing very well at all. Let's say 80.
68. Quite a long song
Yeah.
for the cult. This one, it's 4 minutes 11, according to the
Mm.
album version, which is quite big. There's one thing I want to say about this song that I don't know if anybody else has noticed, which annoys me. Have you ever heard of the Tales of Brave Ulysses by Cream?
I have not listened to it, however.
You heard about it from me?
Yes. I've listened to the one song you sent me about at some point, which I can't remember what it was.
Yeah.
But it was very good. Enjoyed it.
So this is it's a 1967 song from Cream. Cream, famous with Captain, I guess. It's from the Disraeli Gears album, which was a big thing at the time. It was released as a B-side to Strange Brew. Interestingly, it features one of the earliest uses of a wah-wah pedal. But for me, this song, the Aphrodisiac Jacket, is exactly the same as Tales of Brave Ulysses. White Room, also by Cream, uses the same chord progression. Are you ready for the big bomb drop?
Oh, I'll try. I'll brace myself.
It's a song called about absinthe.
Devil's Own Liquid.
Devil's Own Liquid. Yeah, it uses the same sort of chord progression.
That's it. It's a White Room.
Da 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 da.
Well, you kept that quiet for years.
Yeah. There's also another song that I stumbled across while watching a movie. It's like a 70s song, which also uses exactly the same chord progression. Not the only
Well,
one.
there's only so many chords out there, aren't there? I mean, you can't expect everything to be completely.
There's only 12 notes. There's only a finite number of combinations. I got nothing. I mean, this is interesting. It's a slight diversion. It's artistic as opposed to the rest, which are
Yes.
girls and drink and drugs. Anything else to say about this one? Okay, so let's go on to our final song for this episode. So again, we're still on the 1987 Electric album. This is Love Removal Machine. I just want to take a second to talk about the charts. Where do you think this one got to in the UK and or the US charts?
I would guess top 20 because of Billy Duffy's quote about top 20 singles.
So this got to number 18 in the UK charts, number 15 in the US charts. There's no data on anything prior to Electric, and I don't think they were released prior to Electric in the US. I think Love was not really, because remember at the time it wasn't so easy just to get things listed. Lil Devil charted at number 11 in the UK and number 34 in the US. Don't have it. I think that's probably the highest chart position, 11. Poor little
I
girl.
thought Edie was top 10. Probably.
I haven't noted.
Mm.
Okay.
I thought that the Big Ballad did better than everything else, as often seemed to be the case with rock bands back then.
I don't think it did. Even though I do have the gatefold version of it, I don't think it was very successful, Edie. Little
CD
Devil.
single somewhere.
Okay. Right. Let's go. Love Removal Machine. Let's go for some lyrics. Check this one. Fell to the Red Room because she was there. A Scarlet Woman, she got me in fear. Yeah. Said, do all those things you do to me. You know what I mean, boy. Do all those things that you do to me, yeah.
You missed out on a pivotal lyric there. It's actually fell to the Red Room because she was there. Ah ho ho. According to the lyrics I've got. Oh ho ho.
Not the lyrics I looked at. Yeah, he does say something like that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Aha. Yeah.
All right.
Yes. Well, okay. Would you like, before we do that, a quote from Ian Astbury about this song?
Oh, yes, please.
He said, "This is an interview with Song Facts, the website. I didn't realise they did their own interviews, but apparently he did an interview with them. And he says, this song is like getting on your favourite motorcycle. I could sing about anything. That's just what came to me. Just the phrase came to mind. That's what it felt like, a love removal machine." So basically he's saying he can sing about anything and these lyrics don't mean a thing. I say, that's what I posit.
Yes. Do you also know that this song, which surprised me, I've got the 12-inch picture list. This was ranked at number. Oh no, do you think this made it into the into VH1's list of the 100 greatest rock songs, Professor A?
Yeah, I think it was number 46 or something.
It was number 47.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm shocked by that. I mean, I think it's a great song, but it just wasn't. I never thought that this one would stick, and I don't think it.
No, I don't think it's one of their absolute best. I think it's a good little song. Yeah, VH. No, I can't think of it. I remember when I was working with Jamie Stewart, he took a day off to go to do a sort of set of interviews with VH1. The whole band was there about the cult. Some kind of they used to do in-depth profiles of bands on VH1, and he went off to take part in one of those. So, yes, maybe that's where the VH1 connection comes with, which gets them high up into the charts because they did an interview with them. Yes. Anyway,
playing it back now, musically it's quite similar to "Painful," one of our first songs.
Oh dear, yes. Okay, do you have anything to say about these lyrics?
I mean, it's all a bit stuff. Fell to a red room, so presumably red room means a brothel or entertainment place.
Right.
What do you think?
Think of that. I hadn't thought of that at all. No.
Scarlet Woman's got me in fear.
Scarlet Woman is traditionally meant to be a woman of easy virtue or whatever.
Yeah,
they would say.
Yeah, because for me, I mean, let's just go into the chorus for a second. So it's talking about love, love removal, talking about love removal machine, talking about love, give me love, soul shaker, talking about love, love removal machine. So in my mind, I have got that this is, is going to a brothel or similar thing, looking for love, but there is no love there. There is no love in a brothel. It's just a transaction. That's my interpretation.
Yes, I would agree with that.
So let's go some more lyrics. Baby, 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 baby. I fell from the sky. Yesterday you blew my mind. Oh yeah. Having trouble with my direction. Upside down psychotic reaction. Oh. Yeah.
Do you remember a band called CNN, who then were forced to change their name to XCNN because the news network sued
No,
them.
I do not.
They were brilliant. They had two albums, one of which I've never even been able to find. The second one, the first album though, was really good, weird kind of rock. Their big claim to fame was that their guitarist was Tim Bricino from All About Eve and Sisters of Mercy, and he also guested with the Mission. But they did a song when they were still called CNN, their first single that they released, called Young, Stupid and White. And they promoted it with posters. As you know, people did put up posters to advertise records back in the day, all around towns, with various rock stars in silhouette that they were saying were young, stupid and white. One of these was Ian Astbury. Which probably didn't please him much. But the main connection is on that song, they sampled the baby, 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 I fell from the sky. And the next line is shut up.
I remember that. I remember that. I
Yeah.
remember it being sampled in something. Yeah.
Yeah, and they also sampled the This Ain't Rock and Roll, This is Genocide from David Bowie's Diamond Dogs. I've got the single somewhere, a limited edition CD single, which actually has these samples on it. But when they released the album, they were forced to remove all the samples and replay the parts. But yeah, so, yeah, I love that song and I love that band. I wish they'd stayed together and done more. But yeah, that was the other reference to the baby, 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 baby.
Right. Good babying.
Mm.
Good babying. So he fell from the sky. She blew his mind yesterday. Doesn't know where he's going. He's upside down. Got a psychotic reaction now.
Yeah, trouble with his direction. I mean, needs to have a chat with Lucretia, doesn't he? Really?
Across the coast for me. And then it's a lot more of the same, right? Talking about love, love removal. Talking about love,
Yeah.
love remove machine. Talking about love, give me love, soul stealer. Give me love, fun remover. Oh yeah, look out, here she comes. I said, look out, here she comes. Yeah, yeah. And then the final bit that's different is shake it, don't break it, baby. Think it, which for me kind of reinforces my proposal of it being. Oh no, I've missed off slide. There's an ow, 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 ow. Ah, yeah.
Yes, there is. Yes, and there was a baby before that as well.
Oh,
An extra baby.
Oh yeah, yeah. More babies.
Yeah, I mean, it's a fairly straightforward song, as you say. I just think the phrase "love removal machine" is quite strange. I think you're right about the concept he's trying to portray. I just think the three words he's chosen to portray it are a bit strange. It's not machine, is it?
Yeah.
The other thing you say is similar to one of our songs. What this is more similar to, and is in fact a direct rip-off of, is "Start Me Up" by the Rolling Stones.
Absolutely.
Yes. I don't know how they got away with it.
No.
But,
Yeah, that's crazy, huh? Have we discussed where this one is on the VH1 list, or was that
yes,
the
we
previous
have.
song?
It's 47. No, it's this one. 47. Yes.
Okay.
What we haven't discussed is that
Why
this
am I now
was
seeing it as the
originally.
74th? I've got it somewhere listed as the 74th best song.
But it's 47. Perhaps it's both.
I got it
Perhaps
both.
that's Start Me Up. Right. This song was originally recorded in a different arrangement for an album which they didn't do, called Peace.
Oh.
Peace was meant to be the follow-up to Love, and they scrapped it because they didn't want to carry on with that sound and wanted to be more hard rock. And that's when they went off to meet Rick Rubin in New York, and this song was part of the earlier project, which was repurposed.
Playing AC/DC.
Yes.
So, yeah. There was one quote, well, one suggestion that I've got about this song. The protagonist met a woman who scared him, but also made him feel good. He sings about wanting her love and comparing it to a machine. He also talks about his feelings of confusion being turned upside down. The song ends with him telling her, shake it and not break it. Summary: the song is about the protagonist's attraction to a woman who is both unsettling and alluring, and his desire for her love.
I like your version better.
Yeah, me too. So I've got the 12-inch picture of this, and it's got like it's one of those ones that was weird at the time because it had like a dance track, like a dance remix.
Oh, right.
Like a love removal.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
Like that going on. But it also had some songs that I'd forgotten about on the 12-inch listing. So on the 12-inch, there's Love Removal Machine extended version, Love Removal Machine normal version, Wolf Child's Blues. I'd forgotten about that one. Then Conquistador, which was from the Manor sessions, and then Groove Company, which again I can't quite remember.
No,
there's some bangers.
I seem to remember Conquistador being quite a good one.
Yeah, I think that's the famous Manor sessions that were kind of predated Electric, and they were released. So I've got I think you've got the albums as well, right? The Manor session.
I don't think I do actually. No,
they're on the YouTubes. The full tracks are over on the YouTubes. There's 2 CDs of like.
It was a really expensive CD box set, wasn't it, when it first came out? But then they released them separately as well after a year or so, I think.
I got them separately.
Yeah.
Do you want to do a word count?
Oh, let's. 143.
255.
I realise where I'm going wrong. I don't put the repetitions in my pasting. That's why. So obviously I'm going to get it wrong. Right. Okay.
Unique? How many
unique? 85.
Close. 72.
Ow.
72. Ow. Yeah. Oh.
You good?
That concludes the songs we selected from the Electric album. Yes,
a whole album full of, a whole episode full of songs from one album. I don't think we've ever done that before.
Yeah, so for me, this was, for me, it's the quintessential time of them. It's very rocky, it's a bit raw, and it's just kind of very basic AC/DC style, not even Led Zeppelin, rock and roll, straight down the, straight as an arrow.
Each of their albums is a very good album in its own right and not necessarily needing to be compared to their other ones, I think.
No.
Yeah, I guess Sonic Temple's probably my favourite overall. Well, I say I like them all up to Ceremony. I haven't actually listened to anything after that. So.
You've listened to the 1999 one, the one with the witch and Loop, all that one.
That's just a greatest hits, though, wasn't it? Yes.
They did. I thought they did like an actual album.
Well, if they did, I haven't listened to it. I know the witch because it was on the greatest hits one as a bonus.
Okay. Now there is an album. I'm sure we've listened to it.
Yeah, I know they had a hit single called "Dirty Little Rock Star" several years after Ceremony, but not a big hit. Right. Well, we have one regular episode left in the season, which will be the last 4 songs by the Cult, and then we will have one more video episode, and then it's time for a break. Okay. But I have to admit, we haven't actually done any of the video episodes yet, even though they're going to appear. It's a bit confusing for everyone involved. I just thought I'd let people know. Anyway, do you have anything else to say for this episode, Professor J?
Rock on.
Rock on. Yeah. Okay, well, please give us a like and a subscribe, and we will be back next week. Thank you very much. Good afternoon.